So I'm going to show you how to do a little bit of stuff with the compound interest. Right off the bat, you have to know a couple things. So doing this is a whole lot easier. First of all, concept of annual. If it's annual, it's 1 times a year, right? Semi-annual, it's twice a year. Quarterly, you got a quarter, there's 4. And then there's monthly, which would be 12. Just make sure that you keep that in mind and looking for that in the question. Like this one says half yearly, that'd be twice a year. All right. So I'm going to show you how to do this thing. It's the same equation for each one of these things, right? Your amount that you're going to have is going to be equal to your principal times 1 plus, and it's the rate over the number of times per year, right? Raised, that means an exponent, you're exponenting up. Your number times per year times your years, all right? Which is going to be, in fact, I kind of used the wrong symbol here, so let me fix that. This should be N as the number of times per year, and T equals the number of years. So let's do that. That's much better, right? So we look at this thing, number of times per year, and this time. So when I run this equation, and I'll do one on the calculator, you can see how it works. It's fairly straight. So the amount here, right, would be equal to a principal of $800. So I'm going to say 800 times 1 plus, it's 4%, so it's 0.04. Remember, these are all decimals when you're doing this, right? And you're going to do it twice per year. It's half yearly, so it's twice a year. And then it's going to be raised up to, right, that's that caret's supposed to be, and it's 2 times, in this case, only 2 years, 2 times 2. Now I have this thing as N and N, but I guess we don't really need this thing. If you can see what I'm doing here, I'm going to put this here. So it's going to be 2 times 2, which is 4, right? So, and I plug it into the calculator, all right, clear, right? I'm going to take 800 times, I actually use the times here to make sure it's put in right. You can leave it out if you're confident. I'm never confident with this stuff. Plus, you have to use parentheses for these bits or it's not going to work out right. So I have 0.04 divided by 2, and the parentheses, and then we're going to raise it up. But then you have to use a parentheses. This has to be grouped, right? So in this case, it'd be 2 times 2, or you can think 4 in your head, right? Hit enter, boom. It's going to give you your number, right? So the total amount at that time is $865.94. So my interest in this case would be $65.94. Okay. So that's kind of how that works. I don't think it's too bad, but you got to make sure if you're raising things up, if you're not doing the multiplication in your head, like 2 times 2 is 4, you could be all right. Just, just raise it and put 4. But we were doing listing functions in the other one. And therefore, if you're running it up with the listing function, you want to make sure that you put in parentheses. There you go.